All right, we're live. We're live. Hope you guys can hear me. If you can't, just give me a 1 in the chat or give me a thumbs up or whatever the deal is. We're about an hour and 15 minutes away from the Dimitri K show with Where is Walter Wednesday. Hopefully Walter is finished chasing the money, because that's what Walter likes to do. I'm Donovan Saadiq. I'm the recovering Democrat, as you guys know. And as a recovering Democrat, I was born, raised, and taught to be a Democrat. Most of my adult life, I left the Democratic Party in 2016 after 8 years of voting for Obama twice. And not once did that Negro do one thing for Black people, but he did it for the gays, he did it for the dreamers, he did it for everybody else, but the very people that put him in office. So I know a lot of you guys are looking at the caption here and is probably asking yourselves, hey, Thunder, what is going on? Let me know if you can hear me, Thunder. I don't know if people can hear me. I don't want to go on my phone and check it out. Just give me a 1 if you can hear me. So I got up early. You know, I usually get up at around 6 in the morning, and I haven't been in the gym in a couple of days. It's the holidays. So I haven't been in the gym. And yeah, I got this new mic, and it's really good mic. I can't verify if it's working. It's USB or whatever. So anyway, so I usually get up at 6 in the morning, and I check, you know, what I usually check, and you know, I go to the gym and whatever I'm doing, and of course I check my messages. And thanks, Thunder, I appreciate that. I check my messages, and I get all these questions. You know, for a lot of you guys that don't know, I'm very active in my community. I'm very active in my city. Very big on animals, of course, animal shelter. We have a kill shelter here, which is another reason why I got Benny, because, you know, if the animals stay there too long, they get killed. Only because they're born and they're living. They haven't done anything wrong. They're just roaming. Okay, you got to cage them and stuff. But because they've been sitting in a cage for so long, they just kill them. So all the cities around us, you know, they don't do that and all that other stuff. Hey, Georgia Rose, how are you? Good to see you in the chat there. Don't forget to check us out later on this afternoon. So somebody asked me a question, and, you know, we have a lot of sore losers in the Democratic Party. I'm talking about sore losers. Now, I'm a suffering Dallas Cowboy fan. I get it thrown in my face every day about how terrible the Cowboys are, all the jokes, all the memes and stuff. And you know what? I take it in stride. I don't say anything because, again, that's part of the game, right? If I'm going to be a football fan, that's part of the game. You're going to get ridiculed. People are going to talk shit, whatever they're going to do. It's the same thing in the Democratic Party, right? In politics, people are going to talk shit, whatever the deal is. Now, when the Democrats were in power, oh, we're doing this for the illegals. We're going to do this in the border. And no, we won and da, 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 right? I mean, they're all on the rah-rah. They were all on the rah-rah. Now they've lost and they can't take it. But we're not storming the Capitol. But you're not learning anything either. Why aren't these Democrats asking themselves, why did we lose this election? Hey, Frank Nitty, what's going on? Why did we lose this election? The mass media is not going to talk about that 30% of the Black vote that cost them the election. That's what cost her the election. Period, point blank. They can say whatever they want to say. That Black vote cost them the election. Now ask yourself this. The Democratic Party did not do a damn thing for their base voters, their most loyal voters. And they're wondering why they lost the election. And I, the New Black Media, Demetra, Brother Phil Scott, so on, so forth, we were saying for 4 years, you got to come through in your promises. You've got to do something for Black people, or you are going to lose voters. Again, I'm a recovering Democrat. So what does that mean? What does it mean? Benny, I'm a recover. He's scratching in the litter box because he sees the cats do that. And the litter box is for my older cat because she doesn't want to go outside anymore. So I got to, because most of my animals go outside. But it's got litter pearls in there, which really like absorbs everything, and it's expensive, but it's a wonderful thing. So if you have cats, I know what pine is good too. You could use that, which is really good. But using like regular litter, you ever go to somebody's house and you're like, yeah, there's a cat. Come here. There's a cat in here, and you just know it. So I always try to tell people, yeah, it costs a little bit more money, but invest in either the litter pearls or the cat pine. Does wonders, changes your life, truly changes your life. Anyway, so man, there's just so many things. So, okay, so I'm a recovering Democrat. That means I fundamentally pull for the Democratic Party because that's all I know. I've been indoctrinated to do that, right? It's like a recovering alcoholic, a recovering drug addict. You're always going to want what you want, right? I'm the same way. I want the Democratic Party to do well. I want them to be successful. But damn it, they don't want to do right. They just don't want to do right. And when they lose, because one thing I know, the Democratic Party is not good for me, but for those people that are going to still, which is mostly Black people, most of Black people are Democrats. I want what's best for my people. So I'm hoping for them. So all they had to do was one thing, deliver one thing, and they couldn't do it. Even if it was student debt forgiveness for everybody, that still would have helped a lot of Black people. But they didn't do it. And so now you got these Democrat people, shills, like in football. You score a touchdown, you want to spike it and do your end zone dance? Get back here. Get back here. Benny, get in here. He's something else. I want to do my end zone dance. They can't take it. They can't take it because Trump is now coming into office, and they're just losing their minds. So I was reading a post on my Facebook page, and I always say this about my Facebook page. It's my page. I'm a veteran. I will post whatever the fuck I like, and if you don't like it, don't come here. Just don't come over here, right? And somebody was talking about, oh, well, if both parties, because she's trying to use my words against me, if both parties uphold white supremacy, giving your vote to the Republican changes what? Doesn't change anything. Me voting for Donald Trump was my middle finger to the Democratic Party. I didn't expect the Republicans to do anything for me. But I know damn well the Democrats ain't doing nothing for me. Why would I continue to vote for nothing? Why would I do that? And it's my vote. If I wanted to wipe my ass with that vote, what's the big deal? Why should you care? Why do you care how I vote? Why don't you worry about how you vote? Because at the end of the day, I don't care how you guys vote. I'm here to give you information. And of course, the feminists, oh, you just hated Kamala Harris, whatever. Now, remember, these are feminists that don't live in California and didn't experience the Kamala Harris experience. I did. Don't like Kamala Harris for what she did here in California as AG and as an attorney general and locking up parents for truancy and all the other, stuff that is factually true. Oh, you're just a misogynist. I love when you can't defend yourself and you go to the name calling and stuff like that. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing because they have no argument. They can't argue their side. And so they're saying all this stuff in there, right? And so I just said one simple word. You're telling me all this stuff. Tell me why I should have voted for Kamala Harris. I'll wait. And as I'm waiting, all I get is what aboutism. What if Trump does this? What if he does that? What if he does, whatever? It's just crazy. I just said, you tell me why I should have voted for the Democratic Party. Now, remember, I'm a Catholic by faith. Can't support it. I can't support a party that doesn't uphold family values. I can't support a party that basically goes against God. Can't do it anymore. Brother Reggie over there in Japan. Salute, brother. Yes. God, I'm due to head back to Okinawa soon. So, Narita, from Narita into Naha. So, I'm due to go back soon. So, looking forward to it. But when you guys confront these bitter Democrats, ask them that. Ask them, why should I have voted for the Democrats? And they can't tell you why. Oh, well, the illegals and, Trump is going to deport the illegals. Yes, that's right. We have rules of law. He should deport them. That's a reason for me to vote for the Republican. Women's rights. If you still want to get an abortion, what is more democratic than letting the states decide at the local level where you live if you should do that or not? I live in liberal California. If you want to delete your children, you can still do it. It's just at the state level. And, I really hate arguing with people who don't have a desire to learn other than what they hear in the sound bites, but sometimes you have to do it, right? And so I just asked them, again, tell me a reason why I should have voted for the Democratic Party. What have they done for me? I will, and I even tried to help them. Hey, Joe Biden said we stood by him. He's going to stand by us. How many policies did we get? Did we ever get a federal commission on policing? Never got that. Did we get a George Floyd bill? Not one with teeth. Did we ever get a John Lewis Voting Rights Act? I don't think we did. No, I don't think we did. Did we get a reparations? No, we didn't get that. Did we get student loan debt forgiveness? We didn't get anything. Anything that could have helped Black people, not once did we go. So you're telling me I should continue to vote for nothing? And they're like, yeah. That's basically what they're saying. Yeah, you need to continue to vote for nothing because that's what Black people do. I'm seeing this woman who raised over $2 billion, allegedly. We haven't seen all the filings yet. We know it's 1.5. We already know that. Giving all of this money, money laundering all of this money, however she got it, but I know some were small donors. A lot of it was small. Well, not a lot of it, but I know some of it was small donors to all these rich people. And you're telling me, a person who can't pay his rent, who can't pay my car note, I'm in California where the gas prices are high, which is a tax within itself, can't buy a home, the interest rates make it impossible, veterans that are homeless, all of these things, and you're telling me, as a Black man, I should continue to vote for nothing for the Democratic Party. But you voted for the Republicans. They don't do nothing for Black people either. That's right. That is my middle finger to the Democratic Party. Why not let the Republicans rule for 4 years? I don't care if this thing goes back and forth. Let you guys fight it out, whatever, until a third party rises. I don't necessarily agree with people sitting on the couch, but that is an option. It's an option if you wanted to do that. So the question is, where do we go from here, right? It is no doubt in the next election cycle, especially in the midterms, the Democrats are going to come and say, well, there's not much we can do because, we don't control the House and we don't control the Senate, so we can't do much. Y'all got to vote more Democrats in. Bullshit. What they need to do is start compromising with these Republicans. Do you guys want to know why back in the day, government worked a little bit better than it does now? because you've had Democrats and Republicans that were moderates or whatever, and they worked together. They found common ground. We live in an age where it's all or nothing. It's all or nothing. Can't talk to them. Nope, nope, nope. He's a Republican. He's a Democrat. Can't do it. No, you're going to have to find common ground. When the Defense Department needs more money, isn't it amazing how you've got Democrats that will cross the aisle to vote for that military defense package? And we're not even at war in the sense of being at war. And yet the military budget is almost $1 trillion. When you are spending that much money of the citizens' tax dollars on the military, you're in economic trouble. That means the people are not getting the resources that they need because you're giving all of the money to the military industrial complex that could help all these people. There's no excuse why the military budget is almost $1 trillion. And yet we don't have the numbers of military personnel in the military. So where's all this money going? To the corporations, the military corporations, Raytheon, Boeing, Lockheed Martin, General Atomics, all these companies. And yet people can't pay their rent. People can't get resources. The taxpayer get resources. Open borders, tax dollars going there, but the very people that are paying for these things can't get any relief. And I'm supposed to vote for that. It's insanity. It's insanity in all levels. So how do we move forward? How do we move forward is this. I don't want to hear the excuse of the left talking about, well, we don't control the House, we don't control the Senate, we don't do this. No, you need to compromise and get stuff done. It's as simple as that. And what I mean by stuff, if you want to win the next round of elections, you've got to present those tangibles up front. Common sense principles. We want these illegals up out of here. Women's coochies, that's not an issue. It's not. It's not an issue. Women, you want to delete your children? You've got states, you could still do that. Women's rights. Women's rights, when I hear women say that, and then you go to other countries around this globe and you see the difference in the rights other women have outside of the United States versus the rights that women have inside of the United States, they need to shut the fuck up. They can do anything they want to do in this country. The laws are slanted for the women. A woman just has to make an accusation against a man. So what are they talking about? Women's rights. Women's rights. But they need that black vote at the end of the day. So moving forward, what they're going to need to do is they're going to have to cater to that black vote, and that means tangibles. That means tangibles. It's just that cut and dry if they want to win. But you've got those idiots, and yes, I'm going to be harsh and say it because I'm not on Dimitri's show. I'm going to say it the way I want to say it. You've got those idiots that are going to continue to not educate themselves and ask the real questions. Why did my party lose? Why is it that the majority of these black women and black folks that voted for the Democratic Party, if you go and look at them and their economic level, they're all struggling. They're all on food. I wish I was on food stamps, don't get me wrong. But the point is, what I'm saying is, they're voting for their own demise. And they're not demanding anything from the people they put in office, and yet they wonder why their situation in life is getting worse and worse and worse and worse, because that's the way the Democratic policy plans it. Again, I know people don't want to believe me. The reason why this country does not have universal health care is because Whitey does not want you to have it. They don't want black people to have universal health care. It's just that cut and dry. That's the truth. But again, that's my nephew's coming in, ringing the doorbell like the idiot he is. He's not an idiot. He's a good kid, but totally delusional. Totally delusional. But that's the main reason why we don't have health care. They would rather see black people sick and dying than to give us universal health care. Nazari Malkia, I hope I said that right. Please forgive me if I didn't. These cheeks will stay stuck to a couch cushion until they get it right. Exactly. And we have to start demanding that. So moving forward, we have to start demanding tangibles. Until they start giving us what it is we need, they're going to continue to lose votes. I don't understand why they don't want to see why the Democrats lost. It isn't because Trump did anything special. Donald Trump did not do anything special. They used lawfare against him. They did all of these things against Donald Trump. And they still, it's Trump. We lost because of MAGA. The Democrats did not lose because of MAGA. They lost because they didn't do anything for their most loyal base, which is black people. We already did 2 terms of Obama. We were totally disappointed. Obama had 98% of the black vote when he ran in 2008. Unprecedented. Negroes were just, quick story. What was happening before Obama ran for office? How many of you guys remember what was happening during that time? It was a while ago, so I get it. You guys remember Occupy Wall Street? Where everybody was occupying, these corporations and stuff. They were just doing sit-ins in city halls and stuff like that because people were just fed up with the war and all the stuff that was going on, right? And so they said, man, these people are about to rise up. Oh my God, the rich people were going crazy. Like, oh, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? What are we going to do? Wait a minute. What was that guy in Chicago, that young dynamic guy that talked at the 2004 Democratic Convention, and he was talking about there's no white America, there's no blue America, there's no red America, there's no Mexican America, there's no black America, there's only America. Panties wet, women throwing her, whatever. We'll nominate him because it's never been done before. He's got charisma, he's doing his thing. And what happened? Everybody stopped because we had never seen anything like that before. We're just looking. Oh man, a black president, we're going to get something. How did we feel when we thought we were going to get something? We're going to get something. We're going to get something because, he looks like us. He's going to give us something. We're finally going to get what we do. We've suffered so damn long. Praise the Lord. Yes, we suffered so long, man. So yes, we finally going to get something because we got somebody that looks like us. Then he gets in office. The first promise he made, if you guys remember, ladies, was he was going to codify Roe versus Wade. He gets elected, and he says, well, I'm not going to do that. I know I said I was, but nah, that's not a priority of mine anymore, so I'm not going to do that. But the women were so mesmerized because he's so handsome and he could sing. Let's stay together, no matter whether. Obama. Didn't codify. He didn't codify the law. 2 terms go by. He does DACA. He does LGBTQ. Don't worry, he's going to get us though. Yeah, that's our brother up there. He going to take care of us. Gets ready to leave office. We reelect him into that office. Now he's a lame duck president. He ain't got to do shit because he can't run no more. What do we get? Nothing. And a lot of us learned, and that in 2016 is when I left the Democratic Party. And a lot of people did leave. And a lot of people woke up, like you guys. A lot of you guys woke up. So here we are. Years later, we still haven't got nothing. Well, Biden comes in, makes all these promises, basically shows you he's a damn liar, as we see that he, with his son, all this other stuff. It is their policy not to do for Black people. They would rather burn this city down and go into land warfare than to give Negroes anything but symbolism. Look at the way this non-Black woman ran her campaign at the end of the day. Trish says, hi, Mr. Donovan, catching my first live on your channel. Thank you, Trish. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Please do not get mad at anything that I might say. It's very raw over here and it's to the point, and sometimes it's not what people really want to hear. But again, you got a lot of selections and I'm very happy you're here. Thunder, yes, you remember, exactly. That won't happen again. Yes, Georgia Rose says, yes, they played us like a fiddle. Never again. And when Obama was nominated for president, let's close the story out, in 2008, all of Occupy Wall Street and Seattle and California and Los Angeles, all of that stopped. Remember, it just stopped and it just went away. And they've been trying to redo that again and again. And it's just not working, right? Georgia Rose says, ninjas did nothing about all the young men like Trayvon getting slaughtered in the streets. He still has fans. Diabolical. Yes, never again. Exactly. And that's during the Obama presidencies. That is when the uptick of racism really started to happen. And they started shooting Black people down in the streets, choking us out and doing all that, right? Now, remember, during some of this, Obama could have done an executive order or, whatever. We got to remember the first 2 years, he had the House, the Senate, and he was president. He could have done anything he wanted to do. We didn't get anything. And yet we have these idiots out here in our community telling us to continue to vote for nothing. Instead of looking at their candidate and saying, wow, this woman cannot account for, and it's money laundering. And they're talking about an FBI investigation, because if you look at the money that was spent, it doesn't even add up to $1 billion. It doesn't. It doesn't add up to $1 billion. Maybe 700,000, 800,000, but it doesn't add up to $1 billion. So where'd the money go? Why aren't they asking these questions? Do you see how brain dead we are? The symbolism. But, you could put a Cardi B in front of us. You could put a Meg Thee Stallion in front of us. Black people, we love to be entertained. We love it. But the bottom line is we are at a stage in this country to where we are going extinct. And what do I say on Demetrius' show all the time? The playbook is what they did here in California. There was a mass, and continues to be a mass exodus of Black people out of California because economically we can't afford to be here. So what is the plan, Donovan? What do we do going forward? The only way we could get out of this is reparations. And if you're in another state and whatever the deal is, and they talk about doing a study, cut them off at the knees. California's already done the study. It's already passed committee. It's already passed financing. All we needed was a vote and a governor's signature, and we could have had that here. But it took Black CBC members to not even bring it to the floor. $5 million of a study that was done, tax dollars wasted, went into the pockets of their buddies that they appointed to the board of that study for reparations. So moving forward, we have to continue to talk about these things and open the eyes of these brain dead Black people in our community. These pastors, unfortunately, a lot of our baby boomers, not all the baby boomers, they're going to be the way they're going to be. I'm not saying they can't change. Please keep talking to them, but don't get your hopes up. Okay, they're going to be the way they're going to be. But at this point, the minority of us that have walked away from the Democratic Party, we now control the board, and we want tangibles. And I say reparations for the simple fact that I have an education, I have a home, so I don't want any government programs. I want the money, because if I have the money, I could go buy an education if I need it. I can go buy my own house. I could go buy my own car. I could open my own business. I don't want no tax breaks. Oh, well, if you're black, and all of that's a trick. We need tangibles, something in our hands. We can't go by all this other stuff. And if we are going to vote black people into office, I'm sure if you guys heard of the Tiffany Henyard lady up in Dalton, what just happened to her. The government, the Democratic Party of Chicago or Illinois, they let this woman stay in power to continue to destroy that city. And look how long it took them to get that hood booger up out of office. And she's still in office until sometime next year. And we're talking about as the supervisor. The election for mayors next year, whatever. But see how much chaos they allow within our community? Ask yourself this. If this was Beverly Hills or La Jolla, California, Martha's Vineyards, Manhattan, Upper Side, and even if it was a white mayor, it doesn't matter. If it was a white mayor, Asian mayor, whatever, and they were acting like this, how long would that mayor stay in office? Not very long. It just doesn't happen. Do you see what I'm saying? Only in the black community does it happen like that. That's the truth. So General Rose says, yes, that part, Donovan, so disgusting. Nazuri says they know we will surpass them if we even get a bit of fair playing field. Exactly. But see, that's what I'm saying. What we're fighting for right now, you guys, it's not for us. It's not. With the interest rate set by the Democratic administration, under a Democratic administration, if you really think about it, your children and your grandchildren cannot buy a house right now unless they join the military and get a military backing, financial backing, putting their lives on the line. And the military is not for everybody, and I wouldn't tell everybody to do that. But they can't buy a home. The Democratic Party was with, what's that equity firm, Blackstone? Blackstone is the equity firm that is buying up all the homes and renting them to people. This is what we've got to start exposing. So moving forward, we got to show the people, look, this is what's happening. But unfortunately, we've got people in our community that would rather just, as long as I'm getting my weed or my whatever fix, and I'm shaking my ass and I'm doing my OnlyFans or whatever, they don't care. They just don't care. Michael Pan, good to see you back, man. Mike Nice, what's up? But this is where we're at. We're going to have those people that just don't care. Ask yourself this. Has anybody ever, and I'm not against people who want to smoke the herb, but it's not the herb that I grew up with under the Bob Marley era, where it was natural. There was nothing fed into it. It was natural. The herb that they're doing now, I'm seeing 18, 19-year-old kids, sometimes 15 and 14, in the park, zombied out. And we've championed that. And even in Kamala Harris and the Democratic Party, that was part of their platform at the last minute to appeal to black people. This is what they think of us. They would never go to the Jewish community talking about, well, we're going to give y'all free weed, and we're going to give y'all hypodermic needles, and we're going to give y'all collard greens in the bathtub. They would never go to the Asian community to do that. They would never go to the Hispanic community and do that. It's sad. So we have to continue to say, no, we want the money. We want the money. And if you're not going to go in there and do our business, then we don't need it. The NAACP, which hasn't done shit since forever. They are, and this is my opinion, they open their doors. You guys want to know why they're championing other groups so hard and stuff like that? Because black people don't fuck with them like that no more. They need the dues and the membership. The baby boomers are dying. They're dying out. So now they figure we're going to champion those illegals and they going to come back. They going to come back, massa, and they going to support us with dues and membership. NAACP, the word of it, doesn't even mean what it says. Doesn't mean anything. It's about membership. To pay the president's fees and the vice president so they could go on their dinners and they could go down to the big balls and, you know, with the politicians and stuff. They don't care about black people. They don't. We got to open our eyes and we got to show other people open their eyes. We're out here by ourselves, y'all. The Urban League too. Yeah, Mike Nice, exactly. The Urban League as well. It's about membership. Look, if you guys don't believe me, I'll break it down for you. How many of you guys have heard of the Boy Scouts of America? I was a member, made it up to Weebelo. Then you had the Girl Scouts, two separate entities, right? Girl Scouts of America, they sell the cookies still and all this other stuff. Now remember, the Boy Scouts had that big scandal where they had to pay out all that money for whatever they were doing, right? The Boy Scouts don't exist anymore. It's called the Scouts of America. And guess who could join the Scouts of America? Girls. Why are they doing that? Membership. They need the money. They had to open the floodgates or they won't exist. This is what's happening now. Missouri says we have to continue to show them better than we can tell them as one. Exactly. And you know what, Nuri? The thing is, it's going to be that 30% that had walked away and sat on the couch that now controls the board. We're the one that is now going to dictate what is going to happen moving forward, or they just can't win. Nationally, they cannot win. So we got to remember that. Michael says, Donovan, you know how to talk like someone from Wisconsin. Yes. As an Eagle Scout, and I did not like the Boy Scouts of America. Did you become an Eagle Scout? No, I just made it up to Weebelo, then I quit. I wasn't. Yeah, well, it wasn't that I quit. The farthest you can go when I was growing up was Weebelo because there wasn't enough fathers. Because up until a certain time, I guess the ladies could help out. But then when you got to like Weebelo and the next was the Eagle Scout, you needed the men. And where I was, there wasn't enough fathers that had the time. There was a lot of fathers in the neighborhood, but unfortunately they were working, so there wasn't enough fathers. Donovan, I was an Eagle Scout and I did not like the Boy Scouts of America. BSA, did you become an Eagle Scout? No, exactly. And I believe the Eagle Scout is part of the BSA. I believe. I don't quote me on that, but I would think it would be. So moving forward, those of us in the minority within the Black community of the most loyal base of the Democratic Party, we are now dictating what is going to happen. I don't believe we should compromise. I don't believe we should partner with other groups because they don't partner with us. I get tired of seeing a Black man or a woman get done dirty, and you don't see not one Hispanic, you don't see one Asian, you don't see one anything saying a word. We're out here on our own, y'all. Those are the facts. And I know the truth is hard to live by sometimes, but it is just what it is. And we're going to keep putting this message out here. And in the new year, we're going to be doing some great things. And I don't want you guys to forget in the diaspora overall, what's happening in Chicago. We need to pay attention to what is going on in Chicago because what they're not reporting. And notice the media does not want to talk to these folks. You could only get so much when you squeeze a towel. Only so much water could come out, right? Or you can't get blood from a turnip, whatever the saying is, right? What they're not reporting in Chicago is they're raising the taxes of these people who've had these homes for 80, 90 years within their families. And they're legally taking these homes from these people because they can't pay the taxes. Once again, go back to 2008. A third of all Black wealth was taken from Black people by these predatory lending things that Black people got caught up in, especially the Black woman. And it's just sad. So we have to pay attention to what's going on in Chicago because it's that important. Because if they could do it there, they're going to do it here. Again, look at California. They economically moved Black people out. They politically took Black voice away. What? How many Black people are on the city council in Los Angeles? I think 2. Everybody else is Hispanic. I think there's 2 white guys, 2 Black guys, 2 white guys, and the rest, everybody else is Hispanic. I mean, this is the blueprint. This is how you marginalize Black people and the Black community. And we got to pay attention to that. I know everybody's busy. I'm not saying you have to physically be at your local community and city council meetings, but you got a smartphone. You've got, YouTube. In my city, if I don't want to go to the city council meetings, I can watch it on the free channel, the government channel, or I can watch it on YouTube and it's streamed live and all that other great stuff. Technology, use the technology. And we got to start teaching our children to teach their children. Because I'm not fighting for me. I might not be here when we get the reparations, but I'm fighting for my legacy, those grandchildren. They should be able to buy a home if that's what they choose to do. The American dream. If we don't make a stand now, when are we going to make a stand? It's going to be too late. Because look at between 11 and 22 million people were led in this country in 4 years. Excuse my language, ladies. There ain't enough fucking in the Black community in 4 years to make those numbers. Okay? It's just not enough. It's just real. It's just real and raw, you guys. So, hey, I'm going to get out of here. Dimitri K, we're going to be coming up in about 30 minutes. You guys, thank you guys for coming out. I'm going to be doing a lot more of these videos. I love my green screen, but I'm going to put something back there so you guys can look at something a little bit different. But we're going to get this message out and just get people thinking. So do me a favor, like, share, and subscribe. But to me, the most important thing, because I don't care about this. I don't care about the likes, really. Because it's not a popularity contest for me. But it's the information. Just put this on your pages, and people are going to read it. People are going to look at it, maybe a couple seconds, whatever. But the point is, we got to get these messages out and educate everybody. So thank you guys for joining me. We'll see you guys at the Dimitri K Show. And again, you got a lot of sore Democratic losers out there. And I'm surprised at some of these people at the way they're reacting. I'm a Dallas Cowboy fan. It comes with the territory. It does. All right, you guys. Mike Nice, everybody, have a great day. Please be blessed, be safe, stay warm.